Today we're going to continue solving equations, and we're going to take a look at these examples that are a little bit more complicated than the ones that we did before. Alright, so let's start with number 1. We have negative 2q minus 3 equal to minus 2 times 2q plus 1. Alright, so as I said before, when we're doing an equation, what we're trying to do is leave the letter by itself on one of the sides of the equality, right? But in this case, we see that we have the letter on both sides. So that means we're going to have to move one of the letters to the other side, all right? First, I'm going to start by multiplying these terms. That way it becomes easier for us to solve later, all right? So if we multiply that, we get minus 4q minus 2. And that's equal to, here it is the same thing because we didn't do anything to it. So we get minus 2q minus 3. Alright, so now I want to move this q to the left side. Alright, so we see that this q has a negative 4 attached to it. It's multiplied, right? So that means we're going to have to move everything to the left side. Right? And when I say move, I mean canceling out that term, because moving is the same thing as canceling out that term. So if we want to move this term, all we have to do is canceling out that term. So in order to cancel out that term, we use the opposite operation, which is an addition, right? And we have to do it on both sides. All right, so that way this gets canceled out and we end up with positive 2q minus 3, because again here we have positive 4 minus 2, that becomes positive 2, right? Okay, so we said 2q minus 3, and that's going to be equal to, this got cancelled out, so we are only left with negative 2. Right, and now we want to get rid of the negative 3, so we have to do the opposite operation, right? And whatever we do to that side, we have to do it to the other side too. So now this gets cancelled out, and we end up with 2q equal to 1, right? 3 minus 2, 1. And finally we have a multiplication, so what we have to do is divide it. This gets cancelled out and we end up with q equal to 1 over 2. Alright, now we're going to continue with 2. Let's see, we have 6n plus 7, and that's equal to 2n plus 5. And again, here we have the letter on both sides, so that means we're going to have to move one of the letters to the other side. I like moving the letters to the left side, so we're gonna do it that way. All right, so I'm gonna move, I'm sorry, let me erase this. Right, so I'm gonna move the n to the left side, right? So that means we're gonna have to move also the 2 that is attached to it. All right, so as I said before, moving is the same thing as cancelling. So that means in order to move the 2n, we're going to have to cancel it. We have positive 2n, so we're going to have to subtract 2n, right? And the same thing on the other side, minus 2n. So that way it gets cancelled out, and here we end up with 4n plus 7, and that's equal to 5, right? And now here is basically the same thing, right? Get rid of the 7, we do the opposite operation on both sides, so this gets cancelled out and we end up with 4n equal to 5 minus 7, that's negative 2, right? And finally we have to do the opposite operation of this multiplication on both sides, so we end up with n equal to negative 2 over 4, and this has to be simplified, so that's the same as negative 1 over 2. All right, thank you for watching.